So I recently got into film photography, and shooting film has helped me actually grow as a cinematographer and a filmmaker way more than I expected or anticipated. Now, I originally got into it just for fun as a continuation of my hobby with cameras, photography, and videography. But what I've found is that the art and the process of slowing down, of thinking intentionally and deeply about the frame that I'm capturing, about the composition, the lighting, all the different technical aspects of photography has actually really helped me grow as a cinematographer. It's helped me train my cinematic eye, so to speak. Also helped me really love and fall more in love with the process of capturing images, whether it's photography or cinematography.
The sunlight dances on the balcony as I wait for thee to come home. I fumble my words, yeah, my mind's a mess when you're in that dress. Glad you're home. Will you stay with me and never leave? You walked into my life and I am glad you came, glad you came. When you're not around, I feel broken.
Now, this is a Nikon FM from 1970 that I recently picked up at a local shop here in Nashville, and I'm actually only on my fifth roll of film, but I want to talk just briefly about some of the ways shooting film has helped me grow as a filmmaker. Now, if you're looking to get into film photography and you don't already know, it is actually kind of expensive. This camera, I paid $200 for this. Prices have gone up drastically for this kind of vintage stuff lately, as it's sort of having a renaissance. It's back a little bit in the spotlight. And film itself is not cheap. It's about $8 a roll for some lower end film. That's not even for your portrait stuff. That's just your stock Fuji 400 that you can get at like Target. And then development is about $12 for that roll of film. So for 36 frames from a camera like this, you're in about $20. But I think that cost and the associated cost with taking pictures actually contributes to why this has been such a valuable tool in helping me grow. When you know that every frame that you snap costs a kind of a good amount of money, that it's on film, that it's not digital, you can't just delete it and retake it, that it's permanent, it makes you slow down and really think deeply about the technical aspects of filmmaking, like your exposure, but also it makes you think about the composition of your shot. And to me, that's where a lot of the gold or growth has been for my filmmaking, is thinking more intentionally about the frames that I'm capturing, about the lighting certainly, but also the composition as a whole. I've heard some people talk about sort of this difference between being a videographer and being a filmmaker. Videographer kind of being that run and gun style. You just show up, you shoot everything, spray and pray, hope you capture what you need and then figure it out in the edit. Versus a filmmaker who's coming in with some intentionality, trying to capture specific images that they have in their mind to tell a story, to capture emotion. And I think that's what this tool has helped me do, is learn how to be a little bit more of a filmmaker as opposed to just a videographer. Now, there's nothing wrong with being a videographer, and in fact, a lot of the paid work that I do is still more on that videographer side. It's capturing event coverage, it's putting together highlight reels, and that work is great. It pays the bills, and it's important to capture and remember memories in that way as well. But for me, as somebody who's interested in kind of more narrative storytelling, leaning more into the filmmaker side has been really important. And that's where film has helped me to slow down. It's not just all about getting reps in, which is important too. And that's sort of one of the functions of these YouTube channels, just to get as many reps in as possible of capturing images, of color grading, of editing, of setting up lighting, of doing all the things that goes into filmmaking. YouTube is great for that. This is a great way for me to practice and share, bring people along on the journey, get feedback. I love it for that purpose. This is totally different though. This is about slowing down. This is about being intentional, taking time to compose a shot, to make sure I'm dialed in on my shutter speed, on my aperture, on my focus. Being really intentional is just kind of the key word there to capture a single frame. And then it is so fun having the anticipation to see what those frames will look like when you actually get them back from development and scanning. So I would love to hear if you're shooting film, if photography actually just in general has impacted your filmmaking, or if you've never really dabbled in the photo side and you just are more of a filmmaker, cinematographer, videographer. But this has been my experience. I've loved taking photos on this camera. It's been such a life-giving piece of this whole hobby for me, and I wanted to share that with y'all. Let me know what you think, what your experience has been in the comments down below. Appreciate y'all hanging out. Catch you in the next one. Peace.